What is up, guys? It's Dad here today with another tutorial for you on Lotro. If you are tired of this image on every loading screen in fast travel, this video is for you. I'm going to teach you how to replace every loading screen in the game with your own artwork or whatever you like. In our case, I've got a pack ready for you. It's a drag and drop solution, and I'm going to take you from Get Crafty to this. I swear it's going to make everything just feel so much more cohesive. So stick around. I'm going to show you guys how to use my pack and how to do it completely on your own. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to want to do is find wherever our game files are located. So we're just going to open up a new file explorer window. Mine is on the E drive under Steam library. Now if you don't have this downloaded through Steam, if you've got the standalone, you're going to follow this exact same process just wherever your files are located. So inside Steam apps, we'll go to Common, track down Lord of the Rings Online, and these are all of our game files. So the one we're interested in is raw, and specifically English, EN. And if we go into this logo file, we can see all of the loading screens for the game just as JPEGs. And the way this works is that they're titled in such a way that they get pulled from this folder. And so if we put in our own image titled the same way with the same dimensions, the game won't know the difference. So what we're going to do now is hop into an editing software. I use Photoshop. I'm going to link a couple free options down below, but you always have the option to just use my pack. I'm going to teach you how to do that in just a second. But for right now, let's open up Photoshop. You can see that I've done the first one already. We're going to go ahead and create a new and make this custom. So instead of inches, we want pixels, and we need to match this to the pixel count of the original image. So we go back to that folder and we find the properties. Under details, we've got 1024 by 512. So that is going to be the same for all 10 of these generic loading screens. So if we go in, we're going to do 1024 by 512, and a 300 pixels per inch is more than adequate for this. So we'll click create. Now we've sort of got the template. What we're going to do is drag the logo into the file. And now what we can do is put our own image on top of it. So I've already downloaded a couple that I found really interesting. This is what's going to make up the pack that I provide to you guys. So let's drag one in, and I think this is an awesome image, but it doesn't fit. So all we have to do is rescale this to fit inside the aspect ratio that we already know works. We can make sure it's centered up, click enter, and that's it. We're ready to go. So we can export this, export as. Now these settings are important. I want you to make sure this is JPEG and not PNG. And we want to make sure that it's 1024 by 512 still. If you've got those two, you're good to click export. And now it's going to ask us to name it. So we need to track down this logo folder again, because we're literally going to rename our new file over the top of generic teleport screen 1. We can just click on it, and then you click save, and it's going to ask if you want to replace the image that already exists. That's exactly what we want to do. So we're going to click yes. And now if you see, we go into our logo, and we can see that generic teleport screen is now our own image. So if you guys want, you can go through and do this for every single one. If you don't want to do that, I've already done it. I've got a download link for you. Here's what you're going to do. As the game loads up, I want to talk a little bit about limitations here. So as you're going to see in just a second, we're going to get an awesome loading screen when we first load up the game. It's going to come up right here. That's the one we showed off in the start. Other special loading screens are all going to be these. Anytime you teleport, you're going to have these, but you will not have these on every fast travel destination. So those are still tied to the location that you're traveling to, and I don't have access to those files yet. I'm hoping to find a way to get in there, but that'll have to be for another day. In the meantime, this looks awesome. I think it looks great for all your load-ins and load-outs, but it's not going to do every loading screen in the entire game. If you do want this UI, this is JRR's Jorlingas. I can't say enough good things about the minimalistic style. But as you can see here, if we want to fast travel to Angmar, we are going to get the classic Angmar loading screen, right? It's nothing that we've put in there. So there are some limitations, and I hope to figure that out in a future video. Okay, so if you want just the download pack, what you're gonna do is you need to find your game files. So in my case, it's in the Steam library, Steam apps, Lord of the Rings Online, and then we're gonna go to the raw file, go to English, open up logo. What we're gonna do is go down into the description and find the link for Dad's Lotro loading screen pack. It's gonna be listed as both a OneDrive and a Google Drive. Either of these is gonna work. What we're gonna do is we are gonna select all of these and we're gonna download it. So we've got all those files downloaded. They're in a zip file. So we're gonna come in and extract them all. Right here is fine. We've got our new loading screens here. If we open them up, we can see that they all look super awesome and they're sized right. And if we go back to our logo tab, we can literally just grab all these and drop them in. And it's gonna ask if we wanna replace these files. That's exactly what we wanna do. We're gonna click yes. Boom, we've got them all loaded in. You can start up the game, it's ready to go. So easy peasy. Just takes a couple seconds. Thanks so much for taking the time to check it out. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope that I can figure out those other screens that I was talking about before, and I'll definitely update with a much longer video if that's the case. But thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. The response to the last one was absolutely amazing. So whatever you guys would like to see, hop on the game, stream a little bit. I've got a hunter who's about to be max level. Let me know what you guys would be interested in seeing. I'm having fun with it. So see you on the next one.